Hello, I'm Anand Naidu in Washington. The main story is brought to you by Al Jazeera. Kyrgyzstan's interim president, Rosa Otunbayeva, says as many as 2,000 people may have been killed in the country's worst episode of ethnic violence in decades. An estimated 400,000 people have fled their homes in the past week, with around a quarter seeking refuge in neighboring Uzbekistan. The UN has launched a $71 million humanitarian appeal. Funerals are being held in Colombia for some of the 18 people killed in a coal mine explosion in the country's northwest on Thursday. Authorities say they're struggling to reach dozens of miners still trapped underground. Poisonous gases and debris have hampered rescue efforts. Officials admit the chance of finding survivors is slim. Teresa Bow reports.
Let's consider that some of those tunnels go 2,600 meters underground. However, we just heard that they have spotted the bodies of 10 of those miners in a very specific area. They found some of the gloves and some of the instruments they work with. However, they have not been able to pull them out because the area until now is completely destroyed.
One of the part owners of the gushing oil well in the Gulf of Mexico is blaming BP for the disaster. Anadarko Petroleum, which owns a 25% stake, is calling the spill a, quote, preventable and direct result of BP's reckless decisions. BP immediately rejected the claims. Meanwhile, BP's chairman says embattled chief executive Tony Hayward will no longer oversee the oil giant's day-to-day response to the spill. The Spanish Prime Minister José Luis Zapatero has been holding talks with the head of the International Monetary Fund to discuss his country's finances, but he's not asking for a loan. Under pressure from global markets and other EU nations, Zapatero has enacted austerity measures to address Spain's deficit. IMF chief Dominique Strauss-Kahn called on the Spanish to back the government's austerity measures. Rwandan authorities have freed a US lawyer who was charged with denying that a genocide took place there in 1994. Peter Erlander's lawyer says the US national has been granted bail on medical grounds but must return when summoned to a Rwandan court for his case. Erlander had been helping an opposition presidential candidate. And those are our top stories. Don't forget, you can keep up to date with all the news on our website, and that's at aljazeera.net/English.